Today we're checking out this really cool 1964 Dodge Polara 500. It's riding on a nice set of American racing wheels with raised white letter tires all the way around. This is an original white car that's been repainted once back to its factory white color. Very, very straight original body. If you go to our website, coyoteclassics.com, you're going to see how solid the floors and frame and trunk and all that stuff is on it. There's about 15 to 20 pictures of our undercarriage here. As far as the front bumper goes, the front bumper is very straight and nice, but it does have some light pitting and stuff like that on the very top edge of the bumper here. As we come around to the front grille looks great, looks all original. But the most important thing is what's under the hood. What's under the hood's a built 440. If you go to our website, you're going to get all the engine specs. I listed all the rear end, engine, transmission specs, head specs, everything like that is all updated on my website, coyoteclassics.com. It's marked as a 426. It does have the dual cross ram on it, but it is a 440 block. If I remember right, it is a 1969 440 block. So nice exhaust manifolds, excellent dual exhaust, great running dual 4-barrel 440. It does come equipped with a aluminum radiator. It has a set of electric fans that the previous owner, which owned this car for the past 5 years, he put on just as a precautionary and for like a parade or something like that, so it would never overheat in a parade. He did mention that he's never had to use it unless it was in a parade. As we look at the bottom side of the hood, it appears to me to be the original paint under there still. You can look around the edges. You got just a little bit of surface rust where the paint is chipped. It's got the correct mat under the hood. Does still support its original Fender tag here. Top of the inner fenders are all solid. Like I said, just a really nice survivor condition car is how I would classify this. Not a show car by any means, but a very, very solid turnkey driver. As we get up and close to the paint, you're going to see a ton of spots all over it. You know, little chips here and chip here, stuff like that. It's got it, you know, pretty much all over the car in different spots. I'm not going to be able to point all that out. But the car's got some really nice body lines and some really nice metal on it. Very, very solid, good looking 64 Polara. Original trim on this passenger side front fender looks really good. I mean, for original, it's in excellent condition. As we go down here to the lower fender, no bubbles, no blisters, no issues. Here's your door gap, just a nice even door gap from top to bottom. Chrome lines up good. Rocker panel looks great. Again, we have a little scratch in the rocker panel, a couple chips, but no bubbles or blisters anywhere in this rocker here on the passenger side. Same thing, lower quarter panel. Check how nice that is. I'm guessing this paint's probably 20, 30 years old. And we have not had a time to give it a buff. A light buff would really just shine it up, but we haven't had time for that. It's got dual exhaust, engine runs great, dual exhaust sounds great, new tips. Back bumper's like brand new on it. We polished it all up. It's got a great shine. As far as our taillight lenses, you can see this, just the little hairline cracks in them. They're original still. Got a few little pits and stuff in the back taillight area. Trunk lid gap's good. Like I said, if a guy wants to make a show car out of this, an absolute #1 car, put a really nice paint job on it, and it'd go a long ways. As far as the previous owner, the interior on this car is, in my opinion, is a beautiful driver condition. As we look at the door panels, it's got new armrests, new bases, the door panels and stuff are in excellent shape. Seat covers are in excellent shape. Just a really nice interior. But the previous owner, it does not have the factory, according to him, didn't have the factory patterns on the door panels or the seat covers. So he went ahead and bought all new Legendary door panels, seat covers, new carpet, brand new. It had a couple little dings or something like this in this original glove box. So he's got the brand new one of that. Just tons of new parts. He did go ahead and buy a brand new steering wheel. So the wheel is brand new. There's no cracks or anything in the wheel. Correct Dodge original 1914 to 1964 wheel. So it's the original wheel for the car. Car's got 82,179 miles showing on the odometer. The factory clock still even works. So original radio AM does not work, but the surround and stuff like that around the radio looks to be all new. The cluster and gauges and stuff all look excellent. Just this new piece here needs to be installed, and we have it. So it comes with the car. Other than that, the paint on the steering column, the paint on the dash and stuff like that has all been restored. Looks really, really nice. Does have aftermarket gauges, temp gauges coming up. Oil pressure is right around 60 pounds. It's nice and warm. Does have an aftermarket tack down here in the console, which the factory clock would have went in there as well, I think. And that does not work. We do have some cracks on the dash pad, so the dash pad will need to be restored or replaced. And I'm not sure, I haven't went through all the boxes to see if he had a dash pad or not. As we look here at the corner of the door is perfect. So the bottom of the door panel, like I said, is in excellent condition. Armrests and base are new. Carpet is older, so I mean you can see that the carpet loop is starting to get a little worn, but there's brand new carpet from Legendary, comes in the box. Seat backs, the chrome along the seat is in excellent shape. It's got seat belts in the front, new armrests, new bases in the back, new door panels in the back. Also comes with the new ones in the box. Back seat's in excellent shape, no issues there. Back shelf is nice. Headliner's all very presentable, nice and tight. Chrome around the inside of the car, very presentable. There's some little surface rust, little pits and stuff like that, but it's not terrible at all. As far as our door jamb goes, door jamb's super clean here in the rocker panel. Our rubber here needs to be replaced. This felt is brand new here. Let's see how these doors shut. Doors shut pretty nice here and line up good all the way across the top. And this car starts with those dual fours. The customer has a normal fuel pump, and he's also got an electric fuel pump on there as well on a switch. So if you want to just hit that electric fuel pump, just pumps that gas right up there. This car starts immediately. We don't have to pump it, you don't have to mess with it. Even on a cold start, it just starts and runs just like this. Inside the trunk floor is all painted white 20-30 years ago, so there is some chips and stuff in the paint, but the spare and the jack and kind of a custom rubber mat, a nice thick mat, kind of a sound deadening mat is in there as well. As we look at the lower quarter panel, that's in excellent shape, no bubbles or blisters. Over the wheel wells in excellent shape as well. We have just a little tiny little, you can see about the size of my fingernail, and the wheel lip is excellent. I mean, I'm feeling it all the way across and it's all solid. I don't feel no thick Bondo anywhere on this wheel lip at all. But we have just a hairline crack in the paint, very, very small. A couple chips, stuff like that. But very, very solid. Trim looks good. In front of the rear wheel is excellent. Rocker panel is excellent. So is the lower fender. So as we go all the way through here, it's just not a car that has Bondo and blisters, guys. It's a very, very sanitary body. There's your front of the door gap, excellent. Your back gap is good. Doors open nice. Corners of the doors are great. again, door panels, excellent shape, seat covers, carpet's a little faded and the dash is cracked, but really the interior is very nice in it. I sure wouldn't have purchased a new interior, but previous owner wanted it to look exactly factory, and that's why he did it. The horn works and gas gauge work. Oil pressure and temperature gauge are down here. Alternator gauge works, the factory one. The oil pressure and the factory temp gauge looks like it works in the dash too, but the oil pressure gauge has been converted down here, and again it's warmed up, still running 60 pounds of oil pressure. So I do not hear the blower motor working, so that's something that will probably need to be fixed. Blower motor's not working, but the it clicks and everything like that. It's just not plugged in or something. Wipers are working great. It's got the Quicksilver shifter. One more thing, guys, that we did do is I lowered the torsion bars a little bit when we first got it in, right before I got pictures, just to give it a little better look. I need to get it back over to the alignment shop to get the front end aligned. The toe end's a little off, so as we go down the road on it, it definitely will need to be aligned, and we're going to do that. As we sit here and wait for the car, like I said, the dash instrumentation, the paint on the dash, there was my knee there hitting the horn. It's got a lot of torque to it. Brakes work great. There's no pull left or right on the brakes. Got a nice full pedal, even though it is not power brakes. It's got a great pedal and stops nice and straight. Car runs and drives down the road well. The previous owner drove this car about 250 miles here a couple weeks ago to trade it in. A week ago, I should say. So it obviously he felt safe enough to jump in and drive it 250 miles. So runs and drives good down the road. We just have to get it lined up. Here's our brakes again. Absolutely no pull. Come to a stop sign, the idle's excellent. Transmission shift's good. Speedometer works, guys, but it does bounce just a little bit. Picks right up to speed and hooks up.